Ahead of the start of Jacob Zuma's trial tomorrow, eNCA is taking a look back at what brought us to this point and bringing you analysis on the process we can expect to see unfolding in the Pietermaritzburg High Court tomorrow. Anchor Thulasizwe Simelane and reporter Siphamandla Goge are in Pietermaritzburg to unpack this long-awaited trial for you. Thulas, over to you.
So here we are, gathered at the summoning of His Lordship, Judge Piet Koen, and with the concurrence of the state as represented in this matter by one advocate, Billy Downer SC, and the concurrence of one Jacob Zuma of Guadagwadunuse homestead in Gwangamalala village in Nkandla, whose legal representation, we must say, is at this stage uncertain. The state alleges that Mr. Zuma is guilty of 16 charges that include 1 count of racketeering, 2 counts of corruption, 1 of money laundering, and 12 counts of fraud. The state says these charges emanate from 791 payments made by Shabir Sheikh's Nkobi group of companies to and on behalf of Mr. Zuma. In a moment, I will be unpacking the start of the trial amid the uncertainty over Mr. Zuma's legal representation. A panel of experts standing by for that conversation. But first, let's take you inside Court A here at the Pietermaritzburg Division of the High Court. That's where we find eNCA's Siphamandla Goge, who is inside to give you a glimpse into how the court has been rigged up and set up for the legal showdown. Siphamandla, you are inside Court A, and I spent a few minutes inside there yesterday just taking it in and having a look at the preparation that has gone ahead in terms of preparing for the matter of state versus Zuma and another, which is set for trial tomorrow. They've gone to great lengths, Siphamandla, to do the preparations there, even though you and I sit here with a bit of a doubt of whether or not we will proceed with trial as had been expected. But as far as the state and the court management itself, as far as they are concerned, they are clearly preparing for trial.
Indeed, well, in political terms, they will say a stage has been set here. The stage is set, but while we are inside court, I can tell you that the courtroom has been prepared. Everything is ready for tomorrow. The state is adamant that it's ready to proceed with this long-awaited trial. My colleague Lingendabambi will show you the interior or the inside of this courtroom. We'll start with the public gallery. This is where we used to see supporters of former President Jacob Zuma packing this court gallery, this public gallery. If you will check properly there on the floor, you can see clearly marked "do not sit here" signs. That tells you that the issue of COVID-19 protocols and adherence to those is strictly taken into consideration here by the court management. They've done everything they could to ensure that there is social distancing here. Whether we will see supporters of former President Jacob Zuma, familiar faces coming here or not tomorrow, it's another story. But the court management and the state is adamant that they've done all they could to ensure that people adhere to strict COVID-19 protocols here, including the issue of social distancing. And I will ask my colleague Linge to come with me so that we will show you. He will show you that there is a screen that you will see in front of me. That is where former President Jacob Zuma will be seated. Now, in front of that screen, there is a sign there, a number written, just number 1. That's where accused number 1 will be, as we expect that former President Jacob Zuma will be physically present in court. His co-accused French arms company Thales will be appearing virtually. That's what we understand. So this is the inside of the courtroom. You will see that there are screens and there are monitors as well. Those are for exhibits. There is a big screen on my left there that is designed and reserved for exhibits, as well as for those who will be testifying or appearing virtually. All measures have been put in place here. There is also small screens in each and every table that has been designed or designated, where you will see that there will be the side where the state will be sitting on my right, and there will be a legal representatives or team representing French arms company Thales, and then we expect a legal team representing former President Jacob Zuma. As to who will be part of the team, Who will it comprise for now? We don't know. We'll only wait and see tomorrow. In the past, I can tell you that those seats reserved for former President Jacob Zuma's legal teams, they used to be occupied by the likes of Daniel Mancha. They used to be occupied by the likes of Moses Kakane. We understand that that team of Moses Kakane and Eric Mabuza has written to this court indicating that they are withdrawing, but we're told that they have been asked to come and physically explain here to withdraw in person. Whether they will come tomorrow and withdraw in person and the new legal team takes over, we'll find out tomorrow. But I want to show you that there is a witness box, a witness stand. That's where we expect that those who will be taking to the stand to testify as witnesses, including former President Jacob Zuma, they will enter inside that witness box. That is the witness stand. And then the main table there, you will see 3 red chairs. It looks like it's going to be a full bench, but let me tell you that it's only Judge Kuhn who will be sitting there. Those chairs are permanently there, but there will be only one judge seated there tomorrow when this case gets underway, or is expected at least to get underway. We've been here for many years, Thulasizwe. I can tell you that this courtroom has witnessed a number of appearances for former President Jacob Zuma. He is a frequent visitor here, and I can tell you that no matter what happens tomorrow, whether this trial proceeds or not, we will be back here for more action. And whether this public gallery will be packed by his supporters or not, in the past we have seen that a number of his supporters has been dwindling inside court, but outside, thousands of people have come out to support the former president. With COVID-19 still, with us, what is going to happen tomorrow? Those who are mobilizing his supporters are adamant that they will put up a political show tomorrow. They want to send a message. But inside court, everything will be strictly guided in terms of COVID-19 protocols. And those legal arguments will be playing out behind me.
The state indicating there, Siphamandla, thank you for that. The state indicating that they will be calling some 200 or so witnesses when we finally get to that particular stage of proceedings. So that courtroom will be a hive of activity tomorrow when Mr. Zuma gets in the dock and sits behind the marking that Siphamandla was showing you there, that is designated for accused 1. It's been a long and arduous journey that's had endless twists and turns over the past 15 years. So, in a nutshell, and for convenience, let's start our timeline with the most significant milestones of the last 3 years. The resuscitation of a case that was, for all intents and purposes, dead and buried from the period just before Mr. Zuma became President of the Republic until the dying days of his presidency, was actually triggered by an October 2017 Supreme Court of Appeal ruling that the NPA's decision in 2009 to drop those charges was irrational and unlawful. In March 2018, the then National Director of Public Prosecutions, NDPP, Sean Abrams, announcing that the charges would be reinstated. Take a listen to that announcement.
I am of the view that a trial court would be the most appropriate forum for these issues to be ventilated and to be decided upon. After consideration of the matter, I am of the view that there are reasonable prospects of a successful prosecution of Mr. Zuma.
But the drama didn't end there, as we all know. Over the past 3 years, Zuma's Stalingrad tactics on this case have persisted, with detours, including an unsuccessful application, you'll remember that, for a permanent stay of prosecution. Through it all, Zuma has maintained that his prosecution is actually politically motivated.
Nakuthithwa kabili amajaji amabili ujaji ongasekho ubaba uThabiso Msimane owathi liyathuka leli cala lihamba thukela wakusho yena kwakungasho mina laphinda futhi lakuthithwa omunye ujaji uNicholson owathi linongwe lathutshwa nepolitiki. Kodwa lisabuyile. Ngemva kweminyaka eminingi lisabuyile. Yabona umuntu okuthiwe usenkantolo icala liphele liqedwe libuyiswe futhi liphinde liqedwe linyamalale shona emahlathini liphinde liqhamuke futhi njengoba sekuqhamukile leli cala liphele hlale likhona.
But after all the wrangling, the prosecution and Mr. Zuma's then defense team were finally able to reach common ground, accepting that the exchange of relevant documents between them had been concluded to everyone's satisfaction and in earnest paving the way for the start of the trial.
Yes, having read the papers filed on record and considered the submissions of counsel for the state and the accused, the court orders as follows. 1. The matter is certified as trial ready in accordance with the Judge President's pre-trial criminal court hearings directive dated 7 November 2018. 2. The matter is postponed in absentia in respect of Mr. Zuma and the Thala's representative to 17 May 2021 until 20 June 2021, being the end of 10 days for trial, and will again resume on the first day of the third term in KwaZulu-Natal in any further dates that the Honorable Judge President, the Honorable Judge Presiding and the Honorable Judge President may determine, subject to further clarity on the resumption of international travel under COVID-19 restrictions, which may affect witnesses and with the Thala's representative, Mr. Turan, from abroad. This order is dated and signed by the court.